Not legal in standard. Interesting.
Yeah. So we have, let's switch over here.
Oh, okay.
So we have Rayne on the right and Randy on the left.
Right.
And I believe Rayne won his last round. That would make them both 6-1.
Okay.
So
yeah, I recognize Rayne. I've seen him at some events.
Yeah.
I believe I recognize Randy also, but he's not as unique looking with the hat and the gloves.
There are lots of people that look like Randy Davis. Not too many people that look like a Batman villain.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. Sure.
So Rayne's opponent was the dude.
I saw that. There's a guy here.
Yeah, it's great.
For those of you that aren't here, there's a guy basically cosplaying as Jeff Lebowski, just walking around with the same oh, we got action. So I guess we'll get started.
1-1 infect.
So it looks like Randy won the die roll, or possibly lost the die roll, and Rayne chose to take the draw, but I would doubt that.
Yeah.
So Randy's going to start with a 1-1 Glistener Elf, which is a 1-1 poison. This is a very interesting. I'd heard some discussion about mono green infect as a possibility before the tournament, but I'm surprised someone actually saw it through. Like someone decided
someone's like, I'm doing it.
And then
wow, okay, so this is Rayne is undefeated, so he's playing for a spot in top 8, and he got paired down to
against Randy. Okay. So we got attack for 1 poison with an Inkmoth Nexus pass. This mono green infect deck has 2 different sorts of games that it can play. It can either be like
infect you or
infect you immediately, or wait till there's a Wild Defiance in play and then infect you later.
Yeah, I feel like this particular version doesn't have the massive pump spells.
Yeah.
It's going to rely on Livewire Lash and Wild Defiance for a lot of its infect kills.
I agree. And it's also got a lot more play against the red decks, because things like Galvanic Blast and Pillar of Flame obviously will not be doing as much work when there's a Wild Defiance in play.
Right. Yeah, it definitely protects a lot of your creatures.
Second Inkmoth Nexus from Randy.
So it's entirely possible that Rayne dies here.
It is.
There are Mutagenic Growth and Gut Shots to pump.
Right, so we're not going to see the enchantment here. We're just going to have
no
a couple
Wild
attacks.
Defiance, just attack for 2 poison.
So Rayne is already at 1 poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am interested to see what Rayne kept if he didn't burn the Glistener Elf. Perhaps he was. Oh, he took his poison. Wow. Maybe he just didn't know what his opponent's on.
1 Galvanic Blast and 1 Pillar of Flame
for main deck.
For main deck removal spell. 2 Bonfire of the
He's
Damned.
also got Garruk Relentless, which does a lot of work against the poison creatures, which are smaller. They do a lot of damage to players, but don't do a lot of damage to anything
They do half the
else.
damage to Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Is basically. Looks like a Green Sun in Rayne's hand.
I see a red spell of some kind.
Oh, that's a Bonfire
of the
Damned.
Also a Garruk in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Bonfire for 1, which will take out Glistener Elf, but leave the Inkmoth Nexi on the board, so that doesn't really clear anything up. I love that Randy is so brash about his deck. Have you seen his sleeves?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we're deep.
Oh, wow.
We're real deep on this.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. That's like sleeving up your mono green deck with the mono green sleeves. Yeah. We're just
or like
all
the
in.
I Love Fatty sleeves.
Yeah, I Love Fatties or Don't Daze Me Bro sleeves. Mutagenic Growth on 1 of the Inkmoth. On 2.
Oh, jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, God. That's triple Mutagenic Growth to end game 1 pretty quickly in Randy's favor.
Randy does not have very many draws like that.
No. I would not think so.
Yeah. Mutagenic Growth is the 2nd biggest pump spell after Wild Defiance.
Titanic Growth.
Titanic Growth, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like once you have, basically he's like gonna need the Wild Defiance or the Livewire Lash to like combo.
Yeah.
His
basically.
like poor pump spells.
Right. So going to sideboards here, we've got. What is
Randy going to?
Well,
what do you like and what don't you like?
Okay, Randy has 1 Apostle's Blessing, which I could see. It depends on what you think your opponent has in the way of elimination in sideboard.
Well, I mean, you can only go on what you see, not what's actually on the list.
Right.
That's
He's
the thing.
He's seen red-green.
Yes.
I would.
And Bonfire. He could
literally he's seen Bonfire. That's true.
He's seen literally 1 card.
That's
Rayne
true.
played
He has
one card.
1 card.
He's a red-green deck with Bonfire. That puts him on a
wide range. Yeah.
Wide range of things.
Yeah. So he has not seen very much. So probably in the dark, basically in the dark. I wouldn't bring in the Apostle's Blessing. Nor would I bring in the Ranger's Guile Because most of the elimination spells that Rayne has, you can easily count.
Or the red-green.
Or the red-green decks in general have.
Because he could very well be Wolf Run.
He could be Wolf Run, he could be Pod, he could be red-green aggro. But those decks all run Pillar of Flame, Galvanic Blast, maybe Incinerate, and Bonfire, and Slagstorm. And those are all...
That's a range of
yeah, that's the range of removal. And all of those are just as easily countered by a pump spell as by Apostle's Blessing.
I feel like Apostle's Blessing is where you want to be. I agree on that.
Yeah.
He's only got 1 extra to bring in, but he also has the 3 main.
Yeah. So I think that Apostle's Blessing, especially because he saw Bonfire, like that can be such a beating later.
Yeah.
That you probably want the Apostle's Blessing.
I'm also a really big fan of the way Randy has constructed his deck. He basically knows he's a very linear deck. He's going to sideboard very lightly.
Yep.
However, he's going to he has some situational cards that he's willing to play main, like Apostle's Blessing, like Gut Shot.
He's got the basically reactive spells he has in his sideboard. He's got Mental Misstep, which he's not going to bring in.
No.
I wouldn't think.
Me neither.
Surgical Extraction, which he's also not going to bring in, and Spellskite, which I would venture to guess he is also not going to bring in.
Right. But I like the fact that he has 2 Blight Mamba and 2 Rotwolf in his sideboard.
So he can
the matchups where he can tweak his infect base.
Right, where your pump spells are worse, but your creatures themselves are better.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Viridian Corruptors.
Me too.
In the deck,
I think that Viridian Corruptor, especially if he had a Green Sun Zenith package of some kind, would have been quite good. But
I definitely
it's clearly working for him.
Yeah.
So
I definitely like being able to tweak my deck, not bring in haymakers, but just to bring in deck, make it a little more solid.
Sure.
With Rayne, we have basically his whole sideboard is 1s and 2s. We have an Acidic Slime. Acidic Slime could come in because it
deals with he doesn't. Rayne doesn't know that he has Wild Defiance. Right. He doesn't know that he has those, but he has seen Inkmoth Nexus, so maybe he'd bring it in.
Right.
Maybe.
Ancient Grudge for sure coming in.
For sure, absolutely.
You can't make a poison deck without a ton of artifacts.
Yes.
No Combust, no Batterskull. Beast Within's like a stretch.
I could see him bringing in Beast Within because
the 3/3 is not going to kill him.
Yeah, exactly. The 3/3 is not going to be able to kill him.
Daybreak Ranger, a bomb, absolute bomb.
Yeah, I agree. Daybreak Ranger is probably the card that you want to see in your opening hand in the next round.
No Metamorph, no Thrawn, no Conscripts, no Rack with Madness.
Rack with Madness for the Phyrexian Obliterator that he will see at some point. So very light sideboarding.
I would imagine Slime, 2 Grudge, 2 Beast Within, Daybreak. So we got 6 coming in.
Sure.
Up to 6. And I would actually take out some of his swords.
His swords are pretty weak here.
You're always a control deck against these type of real hyper linear aggro decks.
Right. So I would probably take out the swords and the champions.
Swords. Oh yeah. Also the champions can go. You don't have. This deck has no problem closing games.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's going to have Hellrider and Silverheart, not worried about opposing blockers as much.
Right. Not to mention Huntmaster, which will always do work. In this, I imagine he's just going to bring in the Apostle's Blessing.
Yeah,
for probably
a gut shot.
Maybe a gut shot. Although he's seen green, so
maybe they're birds and elves.
Yeah, maybe they're birds and elves.
Maybe you can hedge and I guess most of the right now, Bonfire is played in more creature decks than ramp decks.
True.
So
I would probably
even take out a Ranger's Guile.
Probably a Ranger's Guile. Yeah, Ranger's Guile's the weakest.
I don't know if he wants to mess with his creature base. If Blight Mamba is better than Rotwolf or the other way around or anything like that. Right.
Or if he just wants to bring in more guys.
Yeah, I think he's got.
Although game 1 he didn't need any more guys. He just had. Although he basically had 3.
But that's part of it. Inkmoth is definitely Inkmoth is probably the best card in his deck.
Agreed. Yeah,
one of the reasons to play an infect strategy
is because of Inkmoth Nexus. Yeah, none of his other creatures have evasion of any kind. Right. The only quote-unquote evasion that there is Ichor Claw Mirror, which will make you not want to block with 2/2s and 3/3s.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just not a good...
Man, those infect sleeves are great.
Those infect sleeves are insane. And we got the gloves on the right, too.
Yeah.
This is a great over-the-top visual for the folks at home.
Yeah, I still can't get over the sleeves.
Rayne is just not set up well to battle this
No,
guy
absolutely not.
all.
I mean, but who is?
That's true.
The person playing too many gut shots?
The person playing, well, the decks that are playing like 4 pillars and 1 galvanic blast to just be able to kill mana idiots. That's the guy.
Yeah, that's going to be well set up here, yeah.
Or like zombies is pretty well set up to take down.
Pretty
but
tough to
any,
beat a mortar pod.
Yeah, but the high-end stuff,
yeah,
like the Delvers are going to have, they're going to have less of a problem because Delver can just morph to any situation.
Right.
But certainly Wolf Run and Red-Green Aggro are not in a good position
right.
to
like
be able to deal with something
Wolf Run
like
might just concede to an Inkmoth Nexus.
Yeah. Whereas, you know, Wolf Run goes land, rampant growth, and you've gone Inkmoth, and then activate and pump.
Yeah, and
you're
you
already
have
at
like
6 poison by the time you're tapping out for a Primeval Titan. It's just not that relevant. All right, so Rayne's going to be on the play this game, and he's got a Bird of Paradise. Now, Bird, interestingly,
is the word.
Is the word, but also may save his life this game.
Yeah.
For a turn or two.
The problem with it is like chumping.
Well, chumping with it's obviously not ideal.
Yeah, and that's what you.
It's better than dying on turn 3.
Yeah, they don't have to commit to their.
Or 4.
Yeah, they don't have to commit to their pump spells when you play an Inkmoth.
Live Wire Lash from Randy. So this is the first non-land artifact that Rayne has seen. So we don't know if he brought in the Acidic Slime or not.
Well. You know he brought in Ancient Grudge.
He brought in Ancient Grudge. Well, yeah, okay. So we got the Ancient Grudge. That's a good one. I might have liked to see Randy or Rayne be more patient there and see if Randy activates and equips or something like that to get them both at the same time.
This game's basically
this game's basically over. We have the Daybreak Ranger, so we've basically shut off this Nexus in 2 different ways, and every other creature in Randy's deck is smaller than every creature in Rayne's deck. Mono Green Infect is a very interesting choice. I think that's a really good choice for this tournament. Now, I mean, knowing what was here, knowing what we have a Rotwolf coming down for Randy, knowing what was in the tournament with the benefit of hindsight, I think that's a very good choice for this tournament. Rotwolf, for those of you that don't know, is a 2/2 for 3. That whenever a creature it deals damage dies, Randy will get to draw a card.
One thing that's actually interesting about Daybreak Ranger, it's not game over. It's going to accumulate some poison counters.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, yeah, if it has to fight.
Yeah.
You're right, but I was thinking if it stays Daybreak Ranger and doesn't become Nightfall Predator.
I wish it, okay, good.
That's a Wild Defiance on Randy's board.
Defiance.
So yeah, that's an important card. See, now Rayne really has to hope that he put the Acidic Slime in his deck to be able to take care of Wild Defiance, because Ancient Grudge isn't going to do anything against an enchantment.
That is true.
Not a lot of enchantments in any of the major decks right now. It's pretty much Oblivion Ring.
And Honor.
And Honor the Pure and Intangible Virtue, but those aren't even that.
Those are the 3. Yeah, not the more dominant decks anymore. Like for a hot minute there, everybody was playing.
Everyone was playing Intangible
Virtues,
yeah,
or whatever,
and Lingering Souls, but not so much anymore. So Huntmaster of the Fells for Rayne, gaining some irrelevant life.
Right.
And putting in a wolf of his own.
It actually puts a lot of pressure on Randy. I don't think he wants to cast too many spells.
Yeah, this is the Huntmaster subgame is very interesting.
Yeah.
With the Infect deck, because he just wants to use all his spells to get through to Rayne.
Also, I do not like. Oh, I guess. It's tough to think. Like, Rayne could very well die here. He tapped out, so he does not have access
I do not
to his
like
grudge.
him tapping out, but the thing is that
he didn't have it. He has the Daybreak Ranger for the Nexus, but that only stops like if he has 2 spells for it.
Right.
Doesn't response.
Right. If Randy had 2 Mutagenics growths in his hand, then Rayne's just dead. Yeah.
Looks like we have Titanic Growth. I will refrain from singing the theme song to Titanic.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're allowed to. I mean, I'm probably Unnatural Predation.
Now, oh man, okay, we're going. That's game 2.
That's lethal, right?
Yeah.
Unnatural Predation's trample. Okay.
So What is
Wow.
Titanic Growth gives +7/+7 with Active Defiance.
Right, Active Defiance.
And Unnatural
And
Predation.
Unnatural Predation is +4/+4 and
Four.
Trample with
So
Wild
that's
Defiance.
13.
Yep.
In
Plus
fact.
the Rotwolf.
Yeah, so 11 + 2 is
Wow.
13.
Jeez.
Trample over for 12.
That is
And
big
Rayne's
game.
kind of like, what the?
Rayne's sort of
What just
not really
happened?
knowing what's happened.